All right, so the news says Ohanaeze seek apology of 10 trillion naira compensation from Tinubu. Well, I don't think it's supposed to be to Tinubu. It's supposed to be to the federal government. Yes.
All right, guys. That short clip you just watched, before you continue with it, is about the whole thing that's been happening recently on the internet. IBB coming up with a book, claiming that the Igbos so allegedly plotted coup which led to Biafran war was not actually an Igbo coup. It was actually a military stuff which was misunderstood to as being an Igbo stuff, which actually led to a lot of death and loss of properties, loss of life, that has actually left a particular region backward, for a long time right now. It has been a news that once the Igbo man is given power, they will actually go for Biafra and some things like that. And Verydarkackman had a lot to say in this video you're going to watch. But then let's put him out there, guys, a little bit, because this is actually not supposed to be one man's talk. It's supposed to be nationwide talk, regarding the fact that the Igbos has been kind of marginalized, in terms of power. The presidency as we have it in Nigeria was supposed to be something that will be rotated, something between the Igbos, Hausas, and the Yorubas. But over time, it has been kind of one-sided, or a bit more of the Yorubas and the Hausas. And this is actually as a result of the statement, as a result of the coup which led to so many loss of lives, properties. A lot of people believe that since it was being driven, it was like kind of an agenda driven by the Igbos, which IBB has actually clarified that it wasn't even an Igbo person that actually started that coup. That coup was to remove a particular man from office, talking about June 12th. You know what happened now that led to death. I don't want to mention names and all of that, but this big man has a lot to say about it. Let me allow you to watch the video and see the things Verydarkackman had to say about this whole thing that has actually happened. I mean, Verydarkackman is that one person that will not keep quiet for any injustice that is being done, and this is what he had to say. And also he supports the 10 billion the Igbos are requesting for an apology from Tinubu, which is actually saying that it's not supposed to be from Tinubu, it's supposed to be from the federal government, and that there's supposed to be a national protest by now regarding the whole thing that has been done and said by IBB in that book which he recently published. All right, now watch the video, guys.
All right, so the news says Ohanaeze seek apology of 10 trillion naira compensation from Tinubu. Well, I don't think it's supposed to be to Tinubu. It's supposed to be to the federal government. Yes, the Igbo people need apology from the federal government, because if IBB's book is revealing that wetin we think say na Igbo coup will lead to the Biafra war, will lead to the dying of a lot of Igbos, the starvation of a lot of Igbos, the disastrous impact to their tribe. You understand? If at the end of the day, IBB's book is telling us that it's not the Igbo coup, then it's crazy. You understand? The federal government needs to apologize to these people. By now, Seth, to be very honest, normally, the whole country is supposed to be on the streets. They're supposed to do a protest because of this book. They're supposed to do a protest and demand that the federal government apologize to the Igbos. Now, this generational beef don't happen since that coup. There's a generational beef where don't happen since the coup and since Biafra. Some tribes now, they fear. A lot of tribes, they fear because they don't say, okay, yes, they fear, say, if Igbo man turn president for this country, that's where Ojuku be won't do. Now the Igbo man go won't do. The Igbo man self go one scatter Nigeria. Do you understand? The Yorubas, from which side they see, because the Yorubas and the Igbo, they always attack themselves for Twitter. The Yorubas go attack Igbos. They go call the Igbos go attack Yorubas, say they be betrayer, and then betray this thing where make Ojuku no get Biafra. The Yorubas go talk their own. Do you understand? But again, that thing, that's cool, has dented the names of the Igbos, where make some tribes does not want an Igbo man to get power. Usually it's supposed to be outside Igbo Yoruba where go enter power. You understand? They're supposed to share them. You get, but for some reason it didn't happen. So I'm also of the opinion that they deserve an apology and they deserve compensation Not just that, there's supposed to be a march across the whole Nigeria for this revolution. And that IBB book self, they're not even supposed, that book not even supposed to be where people they go buy, they read. Although it's good to get the knowledge, but I'm not sure say IBB is supposed to make money from that book. And like I said in my previous post, bro, if the advanced country, that man is supposed to pay for whatever thing he did and all in that June 12th election. And they see for Twitter now, they say, he create a lot of states. He can do that. Do you understand? But, more. Anyways, I follow for the people where they request and they demand apology for the Igbos from the federal government, not from Tinubu. You understand? Because Tinubu no follow for for the military regime then. Yes, he didn't no follow. So it's from the federal government. Because after Tinubu, the government still there. So it's from the federal government. It's not Tinubu's government, the federal government, the whole structure of the government. The federal government should apologize to the Igbo. And that 10 trillion, yes, no na carry federal government go court. Your generation suffered because of that coup. Not just your generation, because at the end of the day, no be only the Igbos they buy during this thing. My own generation too suffer. The Hausa suffered, the Yoruba suffered because of a lie. A lot of tribes suffered because of that lie. Because of the manipulation, a lot of tribes suffered. No, let me not limit it to the Igbos now. Because of a single lie. And a single narrative. That was an Igbo coup. So yes, they deserve an apology. And yes, all in the favor of a good protest, peaceful protest. So me, if you notice the way I talk since I try coin my word where before they can say Verydarkackman is the one that ignited the fire, or is the one that what be that their English where they use instigated people to go and protest and scatter life and property. I beg, peaceful, peace and love, don't play.
All right, guys. I think you've heard from Verydarkackman. I mean, he has a lot of points there. You know, by now, this revelation would have, given us a whole lot of clue about what actually happened, talking about this June 12th, and IBB, halting that election and all that has happened. I mean, you can, if you listen to Verydarkackman properly, you know that he talked about, talking about how that IBB should be, held responsible. It should be a kind of called for accountability and more, from that June 12th election, which actually, has done a lot to the Nigerian, democracy system. Talking about this whole thing, it changed a lot of things, because a lot of people believe that that election would have given Nigeria a better chance of having a better country, a better future, rather than bringing maybe someone who wasn't qualified for that position. And I'm talking about the 10 trillion naira the Igbos are requesting. You can hear Verydarkackman say that yes, he actually supports this agenda, because a lot of injustice, a lot of things has been said about the Igbos. Giving them that bad name, that bad reputation is very, very bad, which has actually left them out of contention for powers in Nigeria. You can see the Igbos are not really interested in much powers again, unlike before. This is actually to tell you that they don't even care much anymore, because of the things that have been said about them. They have been marginalized. They have been said to, a whole lot of things has been actually said about them. And requesting for 10 trillion, a lot of people have the opinion that this is too much, or they should have requested for something else. Because I saw some comments, somebody saying that the Igbos should request for release of Nnamdi Kanu instead of requesting for this 10 billion naira. Well, that is, I don't know what to say in this matter, but that is left for them. Maybe they have their opinion, they have their reason for requesting for 10 billion naira rather than requesting for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. But I think they are supposed to also request for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I don't want to talk about this one, because Nigeria, how they be now. But me I not just put my mouth for that area. But then the Igbo should actually be compensated, as Verydarkackman has also said it. And IBB should be asked much more question. I think that book never really complete. If you ask me, there should be more things to be said regarding everything that has actually happened. The narratives, that the Igbos are going to actually go for Biafra if actually they are being given power. And this is actually what it is all about why the Igbos are not being voted into the office of the presidency and every other thing, or other valuable positions, like giving the position of maybe military, and all of that. This is actually to tell you how the Nigerian system has been long ago. I think we've been actually been in the dark, if you ask me. The whole thing has kept Nigeria in the dark, kept us from knowing the truth and everything that's actually happened. And the IBB coming up with this now, me say, why now? Like, why now? Is it not that he wants a better Nigeria? What happened back then when he was supposed to have done the right thing? Guys, share your opinion on the comment section. Don't forget to like this video and also share to your loved ones. Make sure this video goes viral, because Nigerians need to know the truth. Nigerians needs to know the right thing, what has been the main the truth. Because if IBB can come up to publish this book, that means there is more to it. You get, guys? Well, this is much we can take on this video for now. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notification icon, guys, so that as we release videos like this, you're going to get the update. See you on my next video. For now, I'm out.